Hello students, welcome to the course Verilog HDL. In the previous video, we introduced you the first level of Verilog description, that is gate level description, right? So also we have seen the what is meant by Verilog primitives, okay? User defined gates. In that first type of gate types we have seen AND OR gates, right? So there are AND, NAND, OR, NOR, XOR and XNOR gates, okay? So in this today's video, we'll be looking at buff and NOT type gates and their variations, okay? So buff NOT gates. Buff NOT gates have one scalar input and one or more scalar outputs, okay? So as I told you in the AND OR gates, okay? So they will be having multiple inputs and they have only one output. Whereas in the case of buff NOT gate, they can have one scalar input, not more than that, but it can have one output or more, okay? So this is something new you are studying compared to what you have learned in digital system design, because you know only buff and NOT gate. We'll be looking at variations where we'll have two outputs also, clear? The last terminal in the port list is connected to the input. So while writing the instantiation also, when you are writing AND OR gates, we used to write output in the first and input or if it is two input AND gate, three input AND gate, like that we have understood. But in this case, the input will be written first because it is only one, right? And it can have any output, so that will be written next, okay? That is the one difference. Other terminals are connected to the outputs. So we'll discuss gates that have one input and one output first, okay? The two basic buff NOT gate primitives are provided in Verilog are, one is buff and another is NOT, okay? The symbols for these logic gates are shown below, okay? So this is the buff gate, it is a triangle, okay? So it is having an input in and output. So whereas the NOT gate will have one bubble placed in front of that, okay? So buff is just an buffer, okay? So it will just amplify the signal, okay? So if there is a weak signal, it will make it into strong signal. That is what the job of a normally buffer. And NOT gate inverters, it is very useful gate in digital system design, okay? So we'll be looking more into this. So this is the symbols, similar way truth tables. The truth tables for these gates are very simple. The truth tables for gates with one input and one output are shown here, okay? So it can be extended to more outputs also. So input is 0, 1, xz. These are the four values a Verilog variable will take. So output, in the case of buffer, 0 is there, 0 will come, 1 is there, 1 will come, x is there, x will come, z is there, x will come, okay? Not z, okay? This is one the difference. So this is what the pattern of the output. Similarly, in the case of NOT gate, it is an inverter, so it will do the ones complement, right? So input is 0, the output is 1, input is 1 and output is 0, okay? So when it is unknown, it may be 0 or 1, don't know, so that's why output is also unknown, okay? Similarly, Z also, it will be output is unknown, okay? So you'll have 0, 1, 1, 0, this is one difference, okay? So this is the truth table of these gates. So now how to use this in Verilog, okay? So these gates are instantiated in Verilog as shown below. Okay, notice that these gates can have multiple outputs, but exactly one input. Okay, so which is the last terminal in the port list? Okay, so just we look at the basic gate instantiations. So buff is the keyword or the module. It is already written in Verilog library. Instance name is optional, but to show you very first, we have written the name B1. So output is sorry, input is written last, okay? So pattern is same, but the input is only one, okay? But it will be having only one input, okay? So that will be written in the end. That is how the compiler will understand. So not the instance name is n1, so out one, only one output in, okay? So this is how we use the buff NOT gates, okay? In case if it is having more than two outputs, okay? So that means the NOT of our gate, NOT gate output, you want to drive it to more than two signals, okay? So that is there normally in multiplexers and all, we will be using that, right? So in that case, so we can use the two outputs, right? So out one for one of the inputs, out two for another input, like that we can take it, right? So in that case, just we'll write output first and the input will be at the end. Okay, so in this case, the compiler will understand whatever you have written in the end, that will be considered as input, and all the left side terms will be considered as outputs. Okay, So these gate instantiation can be written without instance name. For example, not out 1 comma in. So here instance name is not written, which is optional. Okay. So this is completely a legal instantiation. Okay. So this is about the buff not gates. Okay. So just complement to AND OR gates. So now there are variations are there in this buff not gates. Okay. With control signal that we look at. So that is buff if and not if. Okay. So what is meant by that we'll look at. Gates with an additional control signal on buff and not gates are also available. Okay. So we'll have an additional control signal. Okay. Maybe it acts as an input. Okay. So they are buff if 1, buff if 0. Okay. So in buffer you have 1 and 0, logic 1, logic 0. So we'll understand that. Similarly in the case of not if and not if 0. So these are the 4 variations we have. Okay. These gates propagate only if their control signal is asserted. Okay. So that means there is a control signal I mentioned. If it is given some value, only then it will propagate the output. Okay. That is like a gate. Okay. So like a if condition. Okay. So if A is greater than B, only then output will be printed. So like that, if the control signal is 1 or 0, accordingly what you have written program, so then only the input will be passed to the output. Otherwise, no. Okay, that is the meaning. So they propagate Z in case if their control signal is deasserted. So if the control signal does not provide any value, so the output will be by default Z will be there. Whatever if 0, 1 comes there also, control signal is not high means output is Z itself. Okay, so that is what the additional thing. Okay, so symbols for these again we'll see truth tables and then gate instantiation. Okay. So symbols for buff if and not if are shown in figure. So this is the thing. Okay. So first, if you see the buff if gate, okay. So in, out, and this is the control signal. Okay. So that means buff if 1 means, so this control signal should be 1 to pass the input to output like that. Similarly, buff if 0. So see here, bubble is placed in the beginning. That means what? Control will be 0 here. Okay. If it is 0 means here complement, it will be 1 here. Okay. So for gate level, it is 1, but when you are giving control here, it will be 0. So that means it will understand 1. So then only in is pass it out. But if the control is 1 here, then it will be 0 here. So it will not pass the output. Okay. So out will be Z. By default value, Z will be coming over there. Okay. So this is buff if. Similar way, not if 1. Okay. So not if 1. So bubble is there in the here. So that is the not gate. So if control is 1, so if control is 1, so in will be inverted to out. Okay. So similar way, if control is 0, so bubble is placed over here, same like here. Okay. So if it is 0 only, so this gate will work. Otherwise, output will have the default value Z. Okay. So this is the logic symbol. So similarly, truth table also we need to see. So these are the truth tables for these 4 gates. Okay, so buff if 1. Okay, so buff if 1. So you have the 2 inputs now, in and control. Okay, so if the input, so control is also can have 4 values, right? So 0, 1 xz, 0, 1 xz. Okay, and also we have learned here different strength values. Okay, so that's why here the new values are going to come in the table L and H. Okay, high and low value. Okay, so that is what they're in the strength levels. Okay, see, so if 0 and 0 is there, so control is 0 and input is 0 means, so it is in the case of buff if 1, it will be Z by default value, right? So control is 0 means, so all the values here C. Okay, so control is 0 means gate is not on. Okay, so it is Z, out will be Z. Then if the control is 1, so then whatever values are there, it will be passed here. It will be acting like a buff gates. Okay, if control is 1, it will act as a buff, what we have seen previously. So that is 0, 1 xx. Z is also given as x. We have seen earlier. If the control is x, so this is one new thing here. If the control is x, so 0 will be considered as low and 1 will be considered as high. Whereas x and z as same, no change. Okay, so it will be xx. Similarly, control, if it is having z value, then also it will have the same L and H value for 0 and 1. Okay, so there is no change. So this is about the buff if 1 gate. Similarly, if you see the buff if 0, so here if the control is 1, if the control is 1, then output all will be Z. Okay, and if the control is 0, it will act as a buff gate. Okay, so that is 0 1 XX. That is the first part. Similarly, if the X is 0, okay, then it will be same output as LH XX. Okay, so LH XX will be displayed. Similarly, if it is Z also the same, L and H XX. Okay, so this is about the buff gate. So what is the difference you are seeing? When the control is 0, the output is Z. Okay, and when the control is 1, it will act as a buff gate. Here, when the control is 1, output is Z, and when the control is 0, it will act as a buff gate. Okay, and these values will have low and edge accordingly, 0 and 1. Okay, so its inversion is now NOT gate, so not if 1. Okay, so normally buff if 0 and not if 1 will have some similarity, or buff if 1 and not if 1. Okay, so if not if, so control is 0 in the case of NOT gate. If control is 0, same way, so it will not work out. Okay, so it is the output is Z, and if the control is 1, it will act as a NOT gate, so 1 0 XX is coming. And then if control is X, so 0 means 1 should come, right, in NOT gate, but instead of 1, it will give the high. Okay, so earlier it was LH, so now HL. That is only the difference. Clear? Inversion. Okay, similarly, not if 0, so when 1 is there, so it will not work. When 0 is there, so it will give 1 0 XX output. Okay, so similarly, inversion here, high and low will come for X and Z cases. Okay, so I hope you understand. If you does not understand, just you can pause the video and take some time to understand this. Okay, so next, how to use this in Verilog. Okay, so as an instantiation. So these gates are used when a signal is to be driven only when the control signal is asserted. Okay, so that is the meaning. Such a situation is applicable when multiple drivers drive the signal. Okay, so in the real-time digital circuits, if you have multiple drivers, okay, so from the CPU output only you have to drive for scanner, printer, okay, or some other thing. Okay, so then this will be considered. Okay, so these drivers are designed to drive the signal on mutually exclusive control signals. Okay, so it will be input will be mutually understanding with input, and they are executing the output. Okay, so this is about the buff if and not if gates. Okay, so just if you see the example, so first instantiation of buff if gates. Okay, so buff if 1, how we use, so just it is the keyword. Buff if 1 itself is the keyword now, and this is optional. Okay, so you can give this name or not, because this comes under primitive gates only. So here output is written first, same, and then last two will be considered as input, in and control. Okay, so buff if 0, same way, out, in, control. Similarly, not if gates, not if 1, out, in, control, not if 0, out, in, control. Okay, so this is about the buff if and not if gates in the buff and not gate classification. Okay, so totally you have learned now 12 primitive gates in Verilog, that is and, or, nor, XOR, XNOR, buff, not, then buff if 1, buff if 0, not if 1, not if 0. Total 12 keywords you have learned in this section. Okay, so next some small topic we'll consider, that is about array of instances. Okay, there are many situations when repetitive instances are required. Okay, so repetitively we need to call some NAND gates 10 times. Okay, or AND gate 10 times we need to call. Every time we should write AND, then output, input, like that. Instead we can make it as a vector. Okay, so writing one time, so it will read out 8 times, like that. Okay, how to do that we'll see. So these instances differ from each other only by the index of the vector to which they are connected. Okay, so only that is difference, remaining all same. To simplify specification of such instances, Verilog HDL allows an array of primitive instances to be defined. So Verilog library, so it will support that array of primitive instances. That means gate also you can be instant. Earlier you have seen vectors where the variables you can have array, right, or vector. Now you can gate also, you can make it as a array. Okay, so we will have an example below to show this array of instances. For more information, if you want, if you are doing some project or if you are working on this, okay, so you need to refer the IEEE standard Verilog hardware description language document. Okay, so which is 1364 IEEE 2001 1364, whatever we have seen standard, it will be there in IEEE. So there you can see, okay, for detailed information on the use of this array of instances. So just for you here it is an introduction, okay, how we can use that. Okay, so just we'll see the example. So this is the declaration we have done. Okay, so there are 8 outputs, 8 inputs, 8 in 1 and 8 in 2. Okay, that is a vector. So all together it is declared here. Okay, and we need to call now which gate we have taken, basic gate instantiations, and we have taken NAND gate here. Okay, so there are 8 NAND gate instantiation required. So we have taken NAND. This name is optional, but still we have used it here. Okay, N gate. So 7:0. So see here, the instance names are given for understanding. 7:0, same way. So out, in 1, in 2. So this is all same. What is the new thing here is declaration. Here we have used vector, and here also we have declared vector. Okay. So now accordingly, so this is equivalent to declaring like this. Okay. If array of instances support is not there in your Verilog, then you need to write 8 lines like n gate 0, n gate 1, n gate 2. Okay. So this is only for instances. Okay. Array of instances. So here also out 0, in 1, 0, in 2, 0, like that. Otherwise, what would have you written? Out 1, in 1, in 1, 1, 1, in 2, 1, like that. Okay. Out 1, in 2, 1, in 2, 2, like that. Some names you have to give. Okay. Different names you have to give for all the inputs and outputs. So since we are using vectors now, so you can easily refer here. Okay. So first gate, so all of output of 0, input of 0, like that we can refer. Similarly, 7th one, so out of 7, in 1 of 7th bit, in 2 of 7th bit, like that we can easily do that. Okay, so instead of writing these 7 steps, you can write this one single sentence. Okay, and just you can, in the declaration, you can add the vector. Okay, so that will reduce your number of lines of the code. Okay, so there is no change in the meaning of that. Okay, so with this we are completing the first part of the gate level modeling theory. Okay, so that is about the basic gate types. Okay, primitive gates, 12 gates I mentioned, no? So that we have introduced. So now with this knowledge, so we will try to write the first example program. Okay, so we will do it in the next video. So before that, I suggest you to go through this video as well as the previous video. Okay, so where AND OR gates and this one. Okay, go through the truth table, everything you can clarify with if you have not gone through. Okay, so in the next video we'll see the examples. Okay, and you will understand. So you will write your own program. Okay, I will teach you in such a way that you will write your own program, no need to by heart anything. Okay, so see you in next video. Bye.